Hi everyone, Almighty Cthulhu here, and I wanted to talk about this next project I wanted to start. This was actually one of the things I was thinking about in this hiatus that I had taken, or little break, and that is the Havamal. It's backwards on the screen, but you can see the spelling on the video if you want to look it up. This is the Benjamin Thorpe translation, and it was edited and designed by Carrie Overton. This is the Pocket Havamal. This is the second edition. I think it's a pretty good seller on New York Best Times, but it should be, because this is been said to be words of wisdom from Odin, which is, I believe it is. I'm a pagan. Maybe not Odin as an individual, but it's a book of gnomic advice, so it's a book of wisdom. If you were to take Odin as a force of wisdom, or a god of wisdom, encapsulating the force, then it's from Odin. It's got some pretty good shit in here. I'm going to try to do like a stanza a day. If some of them are kind of conjoined and they could be put together, I'll be doing those. And there's some stories in here too. This is actually split into 5 different parts. The first part is it's gnomic advice. It's pretty much everyday use. I'm just gonna hold this right here. I'm sure these guys will be happy for the advertising. You can pick this up for like $7 on Amazon. But the first part is a piece of gnomic advice. The second part, it's pretty much a dissertation on women and dating women and the relationships between women and men. The third part is a story of Odin trying, which is probably got something to do with the second part, trying to woo a woman and not being very successful at it. And there's also another story where he's trying to woo a woman, and I think he gets the potion, the mead of poetry, or the mead of knowledge, and this is where he also learns of the runes for the first time. And then the fourth part is another bit of gnomic advice, read to a character known as Lord Fanfnir. I could have butchered that, but that's what Jackson Crawford, Dr. Jackson Crawford, damn you, Crawford! Probably going to be saying that a lot because I want to start doing more Norse stuff, and he's got videos on everything. So Dr. Jackson Crawford, if you want a 40-minute description of what this is. He goes into the history a little bit more of it than I'm going to, and he's more into the translation of it. He's a speaker of the Old Norse. He teaches at, I think at the University of, he used to teach at the University of Boulder, and that's the only one that I can think of right now. But, where was I? If you want to hear correct pronunciations and things like that, he has great videos on it. So yeah, the fourth part is more advice given to Lord Fanfnir. And then the fifth part is the story of Odin getting the runes. So that's one that people have probably seen referenced in movies before. It's the story of Odin hanging himself on the tree and impaling himself and hanging himself there for 9 days. So this is what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be a stable thing, and it will be less rambly because I'm going to be reading stanzas off to you. I'll read the stories as all one thing unless it's a longer story and the video starts getting to be 10-15 minutes long. I'll probably sit and talk about these little pieces of information for just a second or two, because some of them are kind of weird. It's not exactly modern language, so I'll try to modernize it a little bit, and I'll try to put up the actual stanzas on the screen if I can figure it out. I'm just doing this on my phone right now, so I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I'll have to figure that out somewhere. But yeah, I'd like to preserve this. I think it's something good to be preserved. not a lot of people, everybody's heard of the prose Eddas and the, well, maybe not everybody, but anybody who's into Nordic stuff or Norse stuff has heard of the Poetic Eddas and the Prose Eddas, and this is another book from it that isn't quite as well known, but definitely very important to have if you're into that sort of thing. So yeah, you'll be getting more of this. This is a short video, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what the Havamal is. I'll probably be back tomorrow to give you the first stanza and maybe some other opinions. Maybe I'll do 2, or we'll see. We'll just see how it goes, because this has got some material in it that we can go over, and I'm sure people would like to read it out there, or at least hear about someone talk about it in more detail than you can find that is currently available on YouTube, at least as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's some people out there doing it, but I'm just going to sit here and wait for the stars to turn. This is Almighty Cthulhu, signing out.